Well, I'm trying something new. Not sure if it's working or not. I'll probably have to go inside and check. I uh I don't know if I'm buffering or not, or and I did a little test earlier with a private live stream, and I can't get my camera anyways to do hangouts sideways. And if I remember right, that's the only way I could actually read the comments. So I'll be running inside in a second, see how it's working. Y'all tell me in the chat there. But I don't see anything popping up on the chat because it's not sideways. And I don't want you to watch me sideways, but I did everything I could. And likely this will be a live stream where I won't be able to interact with you very much. But it's Mother's Day and I can do whatever I want. Be right back and we'll run in the house and pop on the screen. I see people in the chat. How you doing, everybody? Happy Mother's Day. Looking all good. Right on. Cool. Well, like I said, I can't figure out how to, at least I don't think my camera, my phone will allow me. I think I've done it before though, but I couldn't figure it out. I tried. So I'm going to go live and, well, I am live, but I don't think I'll be able to see the chat, and I'm just going to hang out outside, talk to you, show you some cool fatwood that I found, and cook up some mushrooms and just hang out by the fire. Thanks for coming. I'll see you outside. In a recent video, I found a pine knot on the ground and I tapped on it, and I was surprised that the fatwood went all the way up here. It actually comes all the way to here. And I chopped at it a little bit, and it looks like an ostrich. It's too bad this wasn't all wood, because I could carve that into a pretty cool bird head, but most of it's punky. Anyone new coming in, sorry I won't be able to see the chat. Hopefully I got enough moderators in there so the people that are in the chat don't have to deal with trolls. But you know, we're gonna do this. Let's get the fire going. This one. I used my table for the firewood. I sure did. Yep. Let's see here. I got some fatwood under here somewhere. There we go. That ought to work. It's I think 52 or 51 degrees and dropping. Hopefully you can hear me all right. One time I joined some friends in a live stream and I had the microphone covered with my tripod and they couldn't hear me. So I learned this time. I hope. It's still a very cheap $20 Obama phone. We don't need all that much. We don't want to waste all the birch bark. So we just tears pretty easy like that. Save this one for the next time. Put a little bit more on there. Grab the wrong piece. Stay on there. That ought to do it. All right. Sounds like the neighbor's gonna fire up the lawnmower for us. Let's see here. That's from Redneck Renegade. Made that for me. Very nice. Thank you. I love this set. This one ought to do real good. I was a little worried that my little skillet I brought out was too small for this, but I think it's gonna work. I put it on there. And let's see here. We got a few morels. Almost time to add a little wood to the fire over there already. I definitely need to learn the live hangout on the phone better, or get a different phone. I think I've done it before where I could see the comments. Sure that damper is wide open. get that going a little bit. I found this, there was another piece of fatwood that I found a long time ago. I just recently brought it home. I wonder what I want to throw on there next. Get low on firewood. Definitely gonna have to go raid the neighbor's fire pile. Wood pile. The winds have been 7 miles per hour, but we've been getting a few gusts here and there. Here's that really cool piece of fatwood I showed before on a video, but I never brought it home. Not sure if you can see that well with my camera, but there's resin dripping all over it. I find this piece really interesting. I love looking at wood, trying to figure out how the tree broke. The tree went this way, and there's actually a groove right down the center, and the little core piece right there, that's the center of the tree. But it definitely grew in kind of a split, like a crotch, going this way and that way is what it appears. And it's hollow down the center, so it's not solid fatwood. And it's gonna be interesting to see how I decide to break this down. I think I'll probably saw it right here and right there, and then split it up that way. All right, delivery's here. Hey lady, thanks. I really appreciate it. Oh, I just started my live stream, so you're on time. Thank you. You sure you don't want to change? No, I'm fine. All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, I had a meltdown. Because I have to get rid of my cameras. Put the motherfuckers behind me.
No.
My chickens, my shit. What they have to do with it.
I'm sorry. They're jealous of you. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I'm just having a shit of a day.
You must have been attached.
Yeah, I raised them from being babies like this. And that turkey was Tasman's grand champion.
In the 4-H club?
Yeah. So yeah, I want to
I can get some rotten eggs stewing, brewing for you. All right, catch you later. Guess the neighbors reported my neighbor here for having the turkey and her chickens. So she had to get rid of them. That really sucks. Those birds weren't bothering us. It's kind of fun having a turkey gobbling in the neighborhood. They've got a really good privacy fence. They're good neighbors. They got somebody out for them. I'm sure of it. Yep. Yep, like I said, I can't see the chat. I ain't figured it all out. And I don't, the only way I can probably see the chat if I turn my phone sideways. But you guys don't want to watch me sideways. I'm just saying that to the new folks coming in. You guys just talk amongst yourselves. And I'm gonna talk to the camera. I'm usually pretty good at that. I sure do love YouTube. I sure wish I had YouTube when I was younger. And we'd be going on a lot of canoe trips. But that's okay. You guys are keeping me going. Health slows me down, but it don't stop me. Put some more in here so we can get some butter melting. That was not a raindrop. Don't you dare. Maybe it was a bird that pooped on me again. I was outside my friend's house the other day, my friend that's in hospice care at home, having me a cigarette because he can't smoke no more. I thought it was raining. Oh yeah, I think I told you guys about that last Fatwood Anonymous. Felt something splat on my hand, but it wasn't as cold as a normal raindrop. Sure enough, it was fucking bird shit, but I think that was a sprinkle. Got a lot of trees over me, and if it does rain, we got a carport we can move under a little bit. Yeah, I appreciate any of you coming to join me for Fatwood Anonymous outside today on Mother's Day. After the fires die down and I fix myself something to eat, I'll go inside and jump on the TV. One more ought to get the butter melting good. Steve, if you're in here yet, or if you're watching later, I still got a little bit left of that firewood you gave me. I cut it in half so it fit nicely in my stove. They were a little too long. And a bunch of you that have been asking about the stove. This brand is a Adventure Kings, but I don't know if you can find it here in America. It was shipped to me by Wild Horse and Dog. If you're here, Rodney, hello. Love this thing. And I put a link to a few people of a stove similar to this camp stove, portable, legs fold up, haul it off like a suitcase. The link that I shared everyone that had a stove similar to this for only $105 is now all currently unavailable. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't unavailable when I first found the link. I could have been and I wasn't paying attention, or everyone went and bought them up, which I hope, because these are cool. Uno mas. There we go. Leave her open just a tad. Yep. A little cold out here. This is starting to warm me up. That wasn't cutting it. Don't need to throw some wood in there, but I am feeling some sprinkles. As long as it doesn't hurt the foam none, be all right. Gotta find some wood to throw in there. That'll work. I'll go get me some more wood soon. I certainly ain't putting you in there, buddy. You're my new pet. What does an ostrich say? I don't know. I don't know an ostrich call, so I don't know how to chirp for him. My new buddy. You know, like I said, it's too bad that this is kind of punky around here, because I'd love to carve that into a bird head. I'd like to leave it all nice and gray like it is. I don't know, I might just put it up on the wall just like this. But unfortunately, the side that was on the ground, of course, gets a little wet and rotty. And it's a little punky right there. But surprisingly, the wood does come, the fat wood does come all the way to the tip. I sliced into it right there. But that's what keeps fatwood hunting fun for me, is finding the interesting pieces. Hello. All right, let's see here. Okay, now don't laugh. That's all I got right now for a hook. A hanger. Looks like she wasn't ready to close. Let's open her back up a little. Did that a little too soon. Got the damper wide open. And hopefully I remembered my pot holder. I'll buy me a little hook for the camp stove. I'm sure they make them. I've seen them. Campmaid's got all those gadgets. But for now, the hanger will have to do. Oh, hell. Could have got my... Yeah, I can get my hot cocoa going now, can't I? About an hour before I went live, I was getting my fire going and everything, sitting here freezing my butt off. I thought, damn, if only I had some hot chocolate. I got a little store about a block down the road, but I don't want to leave it with the fire going. So I asked the neighbor if she'd run and get me some Swiss Miss hot cocoa. She said she was going to the store anyways. I saw them loading up their chickens in a family member's truck, but I never would have imagined that the neighbor behind them called on them and made them get rid of them. Yep, gonna have to move you under the carport. It's officially raining. I rarely drink soda. This is from yesterday. It's kind of flat. Let's see if it's raining on the camera at all. Nah, a few drops on the tripod. Like I said, it's just a $20 Obama phone. I have to get my water boiling. That's hot. Like the water boiling's gonna have to wait because this is ready. Real ready. Real ready. Uh-oh. You watch. I can never crack an egg when someone's watching. It's like I'm always waiting for the lecture to start on how to crack an egg. Never fails when someone's around me and I crack an egg. Maybe it was my dad that did that to me. All right. Suppose we better get some cracker crumbs crumbled up real quick. That butter's gonna, yeah, that butter's starting to burn. Go. All right. Yeah, she's nice and hot. Let's close that up. Slow that down a bit. Try to do this on my lap. Watch me goof up live.
Yeah, I had me a table all set up, and what do? Put all the firewood on it. Yeah, Bill Gotti's got the right idea. He uses that little mixer to crumble up his crackers nice and fine. Me, I trying to rush it. That's all right. It'll taste good. At least we got one on there. We can get some more crumbled up here. Here we go. Boy, that smells good. Boy, that smells real good. Yeah, if you're still if you're north of, if you're Indiana, Ohio, anywhere north of there, Virginia, New York, anywhere around that latitude, you should still have some mushrooms coming up. And I tell you what, a lot of people don't realize these things grow everywhere if you're in the right place. You can find them in parking lots. These mushrooms here, these ones exactly right here, were found in the woods right along the back end of an apartment building. I mean, you could step out if you have if you live in an apartment, you got woods behind you. You might have mushrooms growing right along the edge of them woods. Morels. And if you don't know what they look like and you're worried about poisoning yourself, I get that. Just take a camera instead. Take some pictures. Morels are one of the easiest mushrooms to get right because you can slice them right down the center. And there's so many videos that explain how to tell if your morels are real or not. I think that fire's going pretty good now, don't you? Going outside. I hope I'm not garbling or anything. I suppose if I was watching one of your guys' live streams in the backyard, I'd be enjoying it whether I could understand you or not. This little tiny skillet, cast iron skillet I got from Survival Preacher, I won on his little giveaway. I looked everywhere because I wanted a little skillet like this. And ended up winning it. Didn't have to actually find one. I like it. It's very portable. It's perfect for a grilled ham and cheese sandwich on a hamburger bun. It's just the perfect size for a sandwich, hot sandwich, or a pancake. You can even get 2 eggs on there. Yep. Well, let me think here. Probably could get that water boiling. Just slow down just enough. Definitely could have crumbled up my crackers before I started, but I was rushing around to get ready. I've actually been preparing for the live stream for an hour. It's been a while since I've used this. See how dirty it is. Good thing I brought some water outside with me. Otherwise, I'd have to run in the house. I sure miss that house I had with the creek running in the backyard. Perfect place to live, I tell you. It was on the very back corner of this little squared village out in the middle of nowhere. The village was about 1 square mile. Oh, had the perfect little backyard with the woods and the creek behind me and the little bi-level floor, so you could walk down the stairs to the second backyard next to the creek and hardly see the house, but you could run in the house if you needed something. I did a lot of backyard camping there. And it was my favorite creek to canoe. Here we go. Who don't like tending to the fire, huh? Fire's fun. Sure do like these mushrooms. It's been a piss poor year for mushrooms, but I've been managing to stay pretty lucky. There she goes. Where's my pot holder? We'll go ahead and let that fire in the cage die down. That way when we're done playing out here, go inside and finish up the chat there. I didn't look for no trivia this time because I figured we was gonna play outside this time. But we go. Yep, definitely want to make sure to break up my crackers a little better next time. I figure it's okay leaving you guys to talk to yourselves in the chat without me. I kind of enjoy Dark Matter's 10-hour premieres where he's got the sound effects or the sleeping sounds, campfire sounds. It's kind of nice to go there and just chat with everyone in the chat. I like that. Yep, should have used a regular bowl. That's what I did wrong. Here we go. Here's the first one. You know, when I saw Bill Gowdy do his graham cracker crumbs and egg and butter, you know I had to do it. Go. Probably want to see that, huh? I guess you can see a little bit on the camera. More of hanging out with Shlisa outside. And all you ladies out there, all you moms, happy Mother's Day. My son took me, like he always does every year, to the breakfast buffet at Big Boy. Some big boys are good, some aren't. We got a real good one in our town. real nice one. Yep. And I said, one of my favorite things to do. You can't find me. I'm out in the woods somewhere. Get out of here. Come on, baby. Let's try that. Looks like I'm still going. It's slow. I got this stupid thing that pops up once in a while. There we go. Says I'm live. Anytime my phone's away from my house and away from my Wi-Fi don't work past the door, but always wants me to sign into the Xfinity Wi-Fi. I suppose I better learn how to do that. Oh, those are going nice. Now the raindrops are getting bigger. Mmm. It's crunchy. Those first morels I found, that was the first time I found them in that spot. And they were in a sandy area, and I knew I wasn't gonna like them. They tasted damn good, but one thing I don't like is sandy, crunchy morels. And you can wash and wash and wash, and you can't get all the sand out. It's like eggshells. Yeah, they taste good, but I don't like that. These ones here, not sandy at all. When I watch morel mushroom videos and they pull them out of the ground without a knife and they have the big clump of dirt with the morel and they throw it in the bag with the rest of them, oh no. My neighbor, they have a husky mutt, and he howls with the sirens. He does a lot of howling. Huskies are very vocal. The other day when I was taking my walk, I was smiling at the neighbor standing outside while he was howling, and I was kind of giggling a little bit. She got a little upset with me. She says it hurts his ears. I heard that before, but I never fully believed it. So I went right in the house and I know how to Google now. I know how to use a computer. I looked it up and He just naturally, instinctually wants to howl with the ambulance, and he's not in any pain, so that made me feel good. I don't want to make fun of anyone's pain and suffering. And luckily, when you hear a dog howl with the sirens, their ears don't hurt. They're okay. They're not in any pain. That was good to know. Oh man, those look nice and crispy. Probably ought to hold them up to the camera. Let's see. Hold them up to the camera and dump them out. No. Can you hear it? Probably could hear that. Let's see here. Time for some hot cocoa. Wow, just enough. Hey, I'm pretty good. That's not bad. Not bad at all. So I can set it down and spill it all over myself and burn me. Yep. Swiss Miss delivered to my door. That's what good neighbors are for. Yeah, if you don't get out and talk to your neighbors, get out there and talk to your neighbors. Neighbors are good to have. If you don't have them, that can be a good thing too. Boy, I'm gonna have quite a mess when I'm done here. Oh, that smells good. Hot cocoa. My little carabiner handle. Comes in handy because you can hang it on the hook of your backpack. It's nice and lightweight. And you might not like your coffee or hot cocoa getting cold too quick, but I kind of like how this cup cools it down a little quicker than normal. See how we're doing here. Oh, perfect. Right on the plate we go. Yummy. I almost brought the salt and pepper out. And I got to thinking, these are saltine crackers, ding-a-ling. They should be just right. There we go. This ought to be all right there for a second. Nah, better not. It's a hot cup, but let's see here. Put the old lid back on, get my fingers all black. I had a feeling once I touched that, I was going to regret it. There we go. Yeah. That burn a little bit. Then we'll put it out and go inside. Let's try my hot cocoa. Ooh. Hot, but just right. Gosh, I want to ask y'all how your Mother's Day was, or Sunday was. Suppose I can do that when I come inside. Let that fire burn out a little bit more. Finish my Morels. Never been a coffee person, but I do like hot cocoa. Oh, you can smell these morels before you even bite into them. All kinds of ways to cook them. There's a way that you can preserve your morels, make them last a long time. A lot of people will freeze them, but once you thaw them, they're mushy and crumbly and kind of slimy. But if you cut all your morels long ways in half and slop them around in your egg wash real good and spread them all out into the cracker crumbs, it gets you a cookie sheet with a wax paper, and you lay them all out on there and you freeze them and then bag them and cook them up later. That's one of the best ways to preserve your morels other than drying them. I hope all my other buddies will be able to find some. I've been fairly lucky this year. Still waiting to hit that mother lode patch. That would be real fun, like Aaron Nelson got last year. That was a nice patch him and his buddy got. That video was called, I don't know, it was Morels cooking salmon, and I cooked salmon with him. And he got thousands, tens of thousands of views on that video. All right, let's see here. Close you up. Going to head in about 5 minutes. Join you in the chat. Still can't believe how cold it's been. I'm always wishing for a nice cold year. Still am, but we could use a good 3 super hot days for the mushrooms to expand. I've never seen the ground levels, the ground moisture. The ground is fully saturated and has been most of the year. I've been expecting quite a mushroom season, but we just ain't got the really hot, humid days yet to really find the big, tall yellows. Still early yet. Mushroom season will go another week or 2 here in Michigan. All right. I got some water in here. There we go. Wash my hands. Trying to think of a way where I can put that fire out a little better so I feel more comfortable when I go inside. All we need is a freaking big gust of wind to cause trouble. But it's so wet outside. I'm not too worried about it. Should always be a little worried with your fire. Wish I had me a smaller lid to throw over it. That would be perfect. But I don't think I have one. All my tin cans are too small or too big. I sure do love this piece of Fatwood. This is just too cool. Mr. Ostrich Man. Alright, let's see here. Make sure I got everything that won't blow away. Stuff I can clean up after the live stream's over. I know how to put that up. Still have to check on that. What I do with my cocoa. Oh, I set it up there. All right, guys. I'll see you in the house.
Hey, everybody. Do. Yeah, pretty cool. I got this set up pretty good already. HRM, Manland, can't stay. I'm grilling chicken right now. I want to say Happy Mother's Day. Popped in just at the right time. Thank you, Manland. Every time living here has had a mama at one time, and it's screaming head of it. Hey, Jeff Smith. Hey, Redneck Renegade, did you just get here? So did I. Sorta. SKS, HRM, Rob Painless, Granny Monster, Stalker Steve. Did that pan come with the stove? Nope. Yep. I couldn't join the chat because I could not for the life of me. I tried for a while. Ooh, I'm all wet and sweaty from that fire. I tried and practiced. I did a private live stream earlier today and tried to figure out how to join the live chat from my phone sideways instead of up and down. And the phone will only let me if I actually go live from the phone, actually start the live stream from the phone, if I recall. So for those of you that didn't hear me earlier, yeah, I wasn't able to see the chat, but I chatted anyways. Now I can see you. It was fun. Had to try it. Here we go. Yep. Let's see, what time is it anyway? Oh, 7:17. Well, I played out there for an hour. Ran a chat for an hour without seeing the chat. God, those mushrooms were good. No, Steve, the pan did not come with the stove, unfortunately. That would be a good idea if they did that. It would add a lot of weight to it, though. I won that little pan from giveaway from Survival Preacher. I love that little pan. Love it. It's just the right size for a lot of things. Yep. Cocoa's going cold. That was cool of the neighbor to go get me that hot cocoa. Whew. Being outside in the cold next to the fire and then coming inside. Ever since that transplant, I got plenty of insulation. So what has everyone done today? Oh, crap. I still got to call my mama, don't I? Shit. Yeah, my son took me to the breakfast buffet. That was pretty nice. I didn't know it comes with a free cake or brownie or something like that with ice cream. Working? That sucks. Chilled the heck out. That's all right. That's what he ate today. I had biscuits and gravy, bacon, had a little waffle with some, hey, Rob Painless, with some apple stuff on it, sitting by the fire on the front porch, right on. You know, that's why I'm doing great, Rob. Thanks for asking. Rodney, Wild Horse and Dog, who mailed me the little camp stove, he that's what he uses his little portable camp stove for. He can sit on his front porch in a nice cool morning and stay warm and drink his coffee. It's kind of what I'm doing now. I get up in the morning and sit out back on the little patio, cement patio, and fire it up and just sit there and chill, listen to the birds. Man, looking at that piece of fatwood outside, I'm already wanting to chop into it. I want to see what it looks like, but it's going to take a lot of work the way it's all funny and shaped. I threw some I threw some wet leaves, big old scoop of wet leaves on the fire. I don't see nothing going now. It's gonna be fun to dig out of that fire cage now. Oh, I should have come up with some trivia. I didn't do that because I figured I was gonna be live outside the whole time. I'm glad I came in when I did, because it is raining pretty good out there now. Yeah. Tomorrow I am going to check on an asparagus patch. I'm going to go back to the one forest. The video I did yesterday of the Morels in the morning with the deer and the birds and the bunnies and the squirrels, that was two different forests. They were kind of connected, but kind of not. A marsh separated them. I had to drive to the other one, but that was two different forests. The second forest where I got the big Morels, I started to stumble on another patch as I was leaving, but I had been out all morning and I was pretty tired, and I told myself, nope, go home, get something to eat. I can go back. So I might go back to that patch tomorrow. I have a feeling they're all going to be itty bitty, but so tomorrow I'm going to go to one place to check a asparagus patch and the other place to go back for the mushrooms I left. I left a ton of the itty bitty mushrooms out there. A lot of them. I mean, I couldn't believe how many little itty bitty mushrooms there were out there. They were, I've been shrooming that patch for 15 years maybe. And those little bitty ones, they don't get bigger because I go back every couple of days and I look at them, and you can tell a mushroom's going to get bigger by the, let me get an example. You know how a morel mushroom resembles elm bark on the ground, and how tree bark, when it gets mature, it has deep furrows. It's the same with the morel mushrooms. Let's see here. Here we go. Two good examples. Okay. This one has fairly deep furrows, and that one was almost done growing. This one here was still growing because the furrows are closed and the little squigglies are tighter and closer together. So this one would have definitely got bigger. This one, not much bigger. And the ones you'll see, the little itty bitty ones in the video from yesterday, they were very small and thin, and they definitely won't get much bigger. I could have picked them. I did pick a few of the little ones, but those are going to go in the blender because I'm going to start a mushroom slurry. I won't be able to do that till Friday because that's when it's going to get 80 degrees. I think if I'm going to do my slurry for 2 days, it's got to be hot outside, and I don't want to start a slurry outside if it ain't hot enough. So hopefully I can keep these as fresh as I can. And I'd like to try a slurry so I can pour the water all around the yard and around my trees and try to get some morels growing. I've also got some mycelium coming from 57 Red Rooster. He's got some started in wood chips. So I'm going to try the water slurry, and I'm going to try the wood chips. It's no guarantee, but it's going to be fun. I like to experiment with things. So these itty bitty tiny ones will go in the blender. That one would have got a little bit bigger. That one was pretty much about as big as it was going to get. That's my experience. That's from what I've seen. That's what I've read. That's what I've also viewed with some of the morel experts. But once they get so far apart, like this one, for example, that one was definitely not going to be a 3-footer. Oh, a 3-footer would be, wouldn't that be cool to find a mushroom that big? Woohoo! I still think there's a chance. We got 80 degrees coming up in 5 days. Maybe sooner. Wild asparagus, yes. Yes. Steve and I found some wild asparagus last year and he cooked that up for me. Oh my God, it was so good. It had been a while. And I know where some is. I saw it seed out last year under the power lines over at Kimball Pines. Hopefully no one else picks it. I'm gonna go snoop around. I know other spots, but other people pick there. I need to find me my own spot that no one else knows about, like my mushrooms. What's a mushroom slurry? Okay, it's take a big 5-gallon bucket. You make your slurry in a blender. It's your mushrooms. It's a whole recipe of ingredients. I've got it on a certain website. I've got bookmarked. It's molasses, wood chips, a teaspoon of salt. Anyways, you pour it into a 5-gallon bucket. You add water to it. You get an air stone, and which I've got. I run the air hose outside, get the air pump, and keep it bubbling. There's a pretty popular video out there. If you look up how to grow morel mushrooms, it's a guy and a kid on the thumbnail, and he shows how he does his slurry. And when you do that, the spores grow in the water, and you get billions of spores, and you pour them all over the yard. And the more water you use, the deeper it goes, the better chance you have. I'm going to try to grow some morels like that because I think it'd be fun. You wouldn't have to worry too much about people picking my morels, except for the neighbors who have them because they spread. I'm sure the neighbors will be getting morels too if I get lucky and have them growing in my backyard. They'll be growing off the other side of the fence and stuff, behind me and next to me. The tastiest. Yes, it was. I've been play outside today in the rain. Right on, old school. You sure have been I swear you've been getting more rain than me, and that's hard to believe. But hey, Scott F. Did he leave or did he just get here? Got a whole bunch of comments up here. I have no idea. It's not too many. That's good. Big Gaz and Granny and no bad for life. Bones Yard. Yeah. Always wanting to do a live stream out back. I ain't got it down yet, but it was fun. Managed to cook up some morels and chomp them down. That was fun too. Got black all over my hands. Soot. Yep. Reminds me of Yule Gibbons' book I read when I was in high school, Stalking the Wild Asparagus. Ooh, cool. I'll tell you one thing. Don't never, ever, ever get asparagus frozen. Oh my God. That was the worst stuff. I tried every way I could to get that stuff to taste good. Oh, no wonder people don't like asparagus. They probably had it wrong. You know what I mean? In a can or frozen. You got to cook it right too. Well, honestly, I don't know what else to talk about. I don't have any trivia. I had a great time outside. I probably ought to finish up cleaning up out there. I showed my 2 cool pieces of Fatwood. And yeah.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks. Oh yes, and I need to call my mother.
Maybe I do too.
Yeah. Kind of feel bad stopping to chat an hour early, but I don't have much more to talk about. It's hard to talk without anyone else with me. And got a lot of things I still want to do, and it's getting dark quick. So I'm going to head out, and I'll have some better trivia. I'll come up with something. I think I've been writing all kinds of ideas down. We'll make sure it's good and fun. And maybe I'll figure out a better way to live stream outside and view the chat with you guys. Of course, I have to set that up for my phone to do that. Anyways, happy Mother's Day, everyone. Make sure you call your mama. And thanks for coming. And thanks for joining me outside, even though I couldn't see your comments in your chat. And you take care. And yeah, see you in 2 weeks. Keep it burning. Have a good week, everyone. Take care.